A bamboo theme also in this house. Trash. That's where our recycle goes, and that's where our, the garbage goes, which would be like eggshells, coffee grounds, and all the stuff that can rot. So let's see, moving this way, this is another design by my wife. We took a little tiny aspen tree that was growing too close to another aspen tree, so it was a good thing to take, and we hoisted it up into the rafters, kept it up there for about 4 or 5 months, maybe longer, so it could cure and get totally dry. And I think we cut it down in early winter, or maybe late fall, I can't remember. But when we hoisted it up in the rafters.
It was late winter and then.
Late winter, yeah. Sometime in February, with all the heat up in the rafters, this thing started shooting all its leaves out. It was so cool. It was really neat. So anyway, we wrapped it with Qualisi light bulbs, 1,200 lights, took 8 hours of work. The lighting itself, the actual bulbs, they cost $165 for this and 8 hours of work. So that's sort of what's involved there. You get a nice, if you can see it, I've got a remote control. You just go like this, turn it off, turn it on. And you can do other things with the remote, make it flash and dim it. So anyway, moving over to this area here, this is a big piece of local kind of green sandstone. I had it, cut for me and shaped down at the quarry or place down in Lyons. It is 2 inches thick, and this hunk of stone probably weighs 350 pounds. There's actually, I had a guy cut about a 3-inch hole in it, and there's a fresh air feed pipe that goes from this stove down through the stone, down through the floor, and down through all the insulation out to the exterior. So this stove, even when it's closed up tight, is being fed by fresh air from the outside of the house, not the inside. It makes a big difference in keeping this house warm. We've got a tiny little fire in there. It is 34 degrees outside. It's 67 degrees inside. And the stove right now is humming along at about 250 degrees. So it's a very effective system. And you see we've got lots of different kinds of lighting. You can see along the upper perimeter. You see those are all LED bulbs. That entire chain that runs 45 feet is exactly 20 watts of energy. Very low consumption. And this whole thing my wife put together here, this whole tree, I don't know what we call it, Lori. And a tree of lights. That takes up 20 watts of energy. And up above, all those 6 bulbs there, each one of those takes about 10 watts. So it's 60 watts up there, 20 is 80, another 20 here is 100. So it's 100 watts lighting this entire space. And it's a lot of lighting. Anyway, let's go on upstairs. You can see that this whole cabin is still a work in progress. We started building it in 2008. Here it is 2016. 8 years, still not done. No trim on the floors, no trim on the windows, no trim on the doors, no corner trim anywhere where all the wood meets wood where it should be.
Before
Before
we go upstairs, I just wanted to give a shout out to our very dear friend Doug Molden, out of Frederick, Maryland, who is the painter of these two amazing. We'll do another whole video just on our Doug Molden artwork, but I just thought you really should know. Doug Molden, Moulden. Look him up online.
DouglasMolden.com.
Okay, sorry to interrupt.
That's right. And so, along the theme of wood and work in progress, this bench I made years ago, that's mahogany. So right in this area here, we've got like 6 different kinds of wood. And this staircase, it's still in rough framing. This is 2x10s with a 2x4 on the backside. And then I'm walking on plywood now. And this whole house is wrapped in 3/8 inch plywood, beaded plywood, so when it gets painted it'll look quite pretty, but right now it looks like plywood. And when I was designing this cabin, I wanted to have a couple spaces that had huge space. So right from where my wife is filming now up to there is about 14, 15 feet in height. So nice, huge, tall vertical space. It's the only place in the whole house where it's this tall. And then we have here a sliding barn door. It goes like this. And, there's really, the roof line won't allow any kind of conventional door. So this is the way this has to be. And we always keep it closed when we get the fire going because it gets too hot up here. So this is going to be a tiny bathroom for my wife. Well, it's not going to be a tiny bathroom. It is already a tiny bathroom. It has achieved the status of being a tiny bathroom. And well, we're going to pop the roof up here, so there'll be a lot of more room here. Put a big window there, dormer. And this thing will be a shower tower. My wife will be able to be in the shower and look out some windows and see what's going on, check out the mountains while she's showering. Nothing more about that in here. And then, let's see, just a couple things in here. This is our, you could just do a quick, there's the solar panels out there on the roof. And this is a little like nook area for reading. And let's see, I used some bamboo flooring to act as the door catch for this one. This is, let's see, I forget what this wood came from, but it's extremely resiny. It's rich in resin. It's kind of nice wood. It's rough. I'll redo those. And this is a nice handle like this one. This is where I have my closet, another closet here, and behind the curtain is all of my hanging clothes. And this is our bed. And this is the world's most beautiful blanket woven by my wife. It sort of captures all the light in a sunrise. That's the way I see it. Could be sunset too. Just depends, you know. You could go start sunrise, go to sunset, or you know, it gets dark and then it gets light on the edges. But a more beautiful blanket than ever was. There'll be also right over here. There's our family, our two sons, and their cousins. And right over here, Lorelei, just on closing this whole thing, there'll be another dormer here that'll go over top of the bed. And I'm going to try, I'm not going to try, I am going to build the interior ceiling of this dorm. This will get cut off and severed and headed here. There'll be a nice big window here because that's where the sunrise is there. We're going to make a curved, a round ceiling, a barrel ceiling. That'll be magic. So anyway, that's
Another homemade bench.
yeah, we got a long way to go for that. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. This is the interior of our house. It's been, I don't know how many thousands of hours I've put in it. And as my help, I had both my sons were obviously very big. My brother Brad, my brother Chris, Doug Molden came out 4 or 5 times. Jim Thuman was out. Who else?
Tim Morgan.
Oh yeah, Tim Morgan came out. It was amazing. Tim was out here for just 3 days. We put in all the windows and wrapped the whole house in metal. And of course, my nephew Ian was out for a day. So it's been a lot of help, especially Doug Molden with his plumbing and electrical expertise. So this is Wes Parker, thanking you for your time. I hope I get to meet you one day. All this kind of video is all about living life on your terms and trying to live outside the normal economic boundaries of huge mortgages and expensive utility living. We have none of that here, so it's a beautiful thing. Signing off from Wes Parker. I'm Wes Parker at your service. Bye-bye.